Hey everyone, today we are going to be converting between fractions, decimals, and percents. The first one we're given a fraction. This is the same as 3/10. So 3 over 10 is the same as 3/10, which would be 0.0, no, just kidding. Just kidding. It would be the same as 0.3. And then to go from a decimal to a percent, we're going to move the decimal 2 places to the right. So this is going to be 30%. The other thing that I can do is I can say, how do I get from 3 over 10 to whatever it is out of 100? I'm going to multiply by 10. And I get 30 over 100, which is the same as 30%. In the next one, I'm given a decimal. So again, to go from a decimal to a percent, I can go from 0.25, move the decimal 2 places to the right, so 25%. And then there's a couple different ways we can look at going to a fraction. I can take it from the decimal and use the place value, so tenths then hundredths would be 25 over 100. Or I can look at my percent and say, well, all percents are out of 100, so my answer is 25 out of 100. Now this is not all the way simplified, so I'm going to divide by 25 on both top and bottom, and I get an answer of 1 over 4. So because this says simplified fractions, that's why I simplified. In the last one, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the percent sign, and your decimal always occurs at the end of the number. To go from a percent to a decimal, I'm going to move the decimal back 2 places, so it's the left 2 places. We went this way. And I get 0.65. And then again, there's 2 different ways I can go from the decimal or the percent to a fraction, and that's following place value. So the first place value is the tenths, the second place value is the hundredths, or I can say that percents are out of 100, so it's going to be 65 out of 100. This is not in simplest form yet. I'm going to divide by 5 over 5, and I get 13 over 20. So again, simplifying that fraction. The next one I'm going to look at is this one right here. This is a percent bigger than 100. So to go from a decimal to a percent, I'm going to move the decimal 2 places to the right. So this is going to be 123%. And then there's 2 different ways that I can write the percent as a fraction. Again, percents are out of 100, so 123 out of 100. Or I can write it as 1 and 23 out of 100. So making that whole be out front as part of the mixed number, and then doing the place value for 23 over 100. The last one I'm going to look at is this very bottom one right here, and that is a percent less than 1. So to go from a decimal to a percent, I'm going to move it 2 places to the right, and I get 0.4%. Again, I could follow my rule for out of 100, so it'd be 0.4 out of 100. It's a little bit more difficult to simplify that way. This one, I can follow place value and do 4 out of 1,000. To get from here to here, I would just multiply by 10 on both the top and the bottom. And then I can simplify by dividing by 4. And I get 1 out of 250. Those percents that are bigger than 100 and less than 1 are going to be a little bit more challenging. The simplifying is going to be a little bit more challenging, but nothing you can't handle. We could fill in the other spaces in this table, but they are repeats of the top couple examples. And your homework is the fractions, decimals, and percents chart that is attached to this assignment. Good luck.